So President Trump is now saying that Vladimir Putin may not be interested in peace. With all due respect to our commander-in-chief, I knew that. The world knows that. That's why we have to continue to support Vladimir Zelensky. And it was nice to see, and I read a lot about everything that happened this weekend in Rome because of the funeral of Pope Francis. But one of the things that I took away was this face-to-face, in the middle of a room, all alone, no media, meeting between President Trump and President Zelensky. I wish I could have heard what they were saying, but they were nose to nose, eye to eye, heart to heart, and I was just hoping that it was something good. And even President Trump said he came away with a lot of respect for Zelensky. Now more than ever, we have to understand one thing. Vladimir Putin is kind of like a shark. He doesn't sleep, and he has to keep swimming to stay alive, and he has to look for his next meal. This guy's got himself in the warmonger mode. He is going to do nothing but continue to fight until he cannot fight no more. He is believing in his heart that this is the last-ditch effort for him to claim rightfully what he belongs in Russia as far as their control. All sorts of agriculture, all sorts of mineral rights, those earth minerals that we talk about in Ukraine, natural gas in Ukraine, and that sea port that is the Black Sea that controls so much of things that are being shipped around the world. And I also believe if he finds a way to defeat Ukraine, he will not stop there. And I am also a firm believer, unless we stop Vladimir Putin, that somehow, some way, we will have boots on the ground, and this could be a conflict that we haven't seen since World War II. And it could eventually lead into another world war. This is a very dangerous time we are living in right now. And when I look at the big picture, I feel for everyone involved, especially the Russian people who really do not want this fight. I don't believe they know the entire story. But they, too, are burying their soldiers just like people in Ukraine. But it's the greed and the dictatorship of one Vladimir Putin and the reason why this war rages on. But we've got to stay close to Ukraine. We've got to stay close to this headline. And we as a country better pray every night that this thing comes to an end. Because if not, it may be one fight that we have to get involved with. But I believe all of us understand the significance and how epic it could be, that we should want nothing to do with it at all. Let's pray for peace, but let's continue to support Ukraine.